What's up everybody, this is Derek here with a real quick PUBG mobile video because the 0.13.5 global update has just launched. I was about to make a video talking about the Bison, the new SMG for PUBG Mobile, the PP19 Bison. I actually was going to be taking a look at the damage as well as the fire rate and then the recoil pattern and all that cool stuff. So definitely look for that video either later today or tomorrow. Now that the official version 0.13.5 has launched, I can just use that. I was going to use the beta, then I realized the beta was closed. So definitely look for an exciting in-depth overview of that new SMG. But for now, let's just talk about the version update announcement, because unlike previous updates, this one does not require you to go to the App Store. It's actually just an update within the game. However, it does still add some new features. So you can see that it's starting to be rolled out on July 16th here in the US. I have it on Android as well as iOS. If you're elsewhere in the world, just know that if you don't have the update currently, it will be coming out very, very soon. So you can see that this is a pretty small update, which is nice because, you know, all of us hate downloading 2.5 gigabyte updates, especially if we're on mobile data. So good to see that they knocked the size of this one down to about 181 megabytes on iOS and 158 megs on Android. It downloaded very fast, and it was 158 megs for me on Android. So just a reminder that if your friends are on different versions, you can't play it with each other. So it should update automatically. If it doesn't, just try restarting your device and then going back into the app, and then hopefully then it'll look for an update, it will find it and start downloading it, because like I said, if you're on different versions, then things don't work, unfortunately. So you've got version update rewards just like before. You get the 1888 BP. You also get a parachute trail. So that is a consumable, of course, but cool to see that you get one for free. And that is if you update the game between the 16th and 22nd of July, which I'd imagine everybody watching this will. So what is new? So we got the iOS background download update feature has been added. Downloading a new patch can now send the app to the background like Android users do. Okay, so basically all that means is that now, while if you're doing a big update, so this one's short, you know, but if you have to in the future do say a 2 gigabyte update, and maybe it's going to take 30 minutes to download on your connection, then you can just exit out of the app. There is a limit here. If you go into too many different apps, it will close this one, because the way iOS like manages background processes with RAM and stuff. But just know that you know, if you're just like checking text messages or, you know, using WeChat or something like that, then you should be able to do that without the download stopping. And if the download stops, just go back into the app and it should resume where it was. So not a big deal, but cool to know that you can download in the background, just like we've been doing on Android for a long time. So the biggest change of the game is the PP19, which is the Submachine Gun, which, like I said, we're going to be going in depth on probably in a day or so. It uses 9mm, just like the Uzi. It drops on a Wrangle and Vikendi, which means that there's going to be a need for it in the competitive scene. Oversized mag of 53 rounds, so very similar to the DP in that regard, but it doesn't support magazine upgrade, which makes sense because it's already massive. So capacity cannot be increased. It's going to be used, you can use scopes, muzzle attachments. You cannot use a stock or a grip on it, or a obviously a magazine. So all it has is a muzzle and scope attachment point. But still, early game, it's really good. Don't put a 6x scope on it. That's just dumb. But for something like a red dot, or even a 2x, or even a 3x, early game, very, very, very good suppressing weapon. Single shot damage of 35, which said you can actually see over here. Like I said, we're going to be using this screen in a future video. Just don't want this one to run for 25 minutes, but there's a lot of cool stats to gather. This is just from mining the data of the PC version of the game, but it's very similar to the mobile version, and we can see that it's actually confirmed here, because, you know, it said 35 on that site, and here it says single shot damage of 35. So rate of fire is similar to UMP, so its magazine lasts quite a while, so similar to the DP too. And basically, you're not going to be killing people as fast as you will with something like a Vector, but having that massive magazine means that it's awesome for just keeping people where you want them, making sure that they're not peeking, making sure that they're not shifting their position. And then if you're playing as part of a duo or squad, then you can have your other player, you know, run around, flank them with a nade, or just, you know, run around and just kill them with their weapon. So, you know, definitely pretty cool. So like I was saying, early game, it is really good. I'll show you guys that, but in the late game, honestly, in the late game, it's still a really good suppressing weapon. So, you know, there are potentially some better choices once you get something like an M4 and have every attachment point set up on that gun. But early game, even mid game, definitely a very, very useful addition to the game. So we've got third person now added to team deathmatch room mode. So now you can make team deathmatch games in custom rooms and have them in third person before you have to be in first person in order to select warehouse. So good to see that they're doing that. Let me know in the comments if you guys want an overview of the warehouse map. I'd imagine many of you know it because it's not that big of a map. But if you want to, you know, if you want a video just on like sniping spots and, you know, the best spots to hide and ambush and that sort of thing, let me know. I could definitely do a custom room and walk you guys through the map, show you guys what's what. There's also a, let's see, so new rating protection cards, including rating protection duration, rating protection card uses. Take effect when rating changes. No rating will be deducted when the card is active. Okay, so you can now, cards are available, all players, free Royal Pass rewards. So basically, as a Royal Pass reward, there are these new cards that prevent you from dropping down in tiers. So they either work based on duration or uses. We'll see what that actually is. But I don't know how many people are going to do that. Eventually, I'd imagine you're going to be able to buy them for UC. So there you go, money-making ploy. But it makes sense. So we'll see how they integrate into the game. And if you're... It says only applies to Crown tier or below, so that means if you're an Ace or Conqueror, it doesn't work for you. But Crown is pretty high up, so we'll have to see how that works. They've also added a high frame rate option for HDR mode in some high-end devices. I'm pretty sure the Note 9 is not among them. We will check that this time. So I forgot in my previous beta video to check if the Note 9 is if you're able to select that, but you know, I don't think you're gonna be able to. So cost of battery life, obviously, as you increase your settings, your battery dies faster. We also have some club open themed events that are coming in late July. That's because we have the global, let's see if I can get the name right, the global spring split finals or something like that. PUBG Mobile Club Open Finals in Berlin at the end of July. So there's also going to be the new PUBG Mobile Club Open song by Alan Walker. Make sure you don't put it in your videos, otherwise you will get demonetized. And the PUBG Mobile Club Open theme for your main menu. So very similar to how we had the, what was it, the RPD theme. We had the first anniversary, the Halloween theme. We've had a lot of themes in the main menu, and this is going to be another one of them. So there are also some bug fixes to get to. So we've got to fix the problem where reward notifications do not pop up when there are daily missions. So before, you didn't know that you had daily missions to collect. Many people probably missed their daily missions and are therefore behind in their Royal Pass. They've also fixed the problem where the name of the crates described in the Easy Mission License Perks 3 did not match the actual one. That sounds very specific, but you guys know what it is if it affected you. They've also fixed the bug where players were erroneously ranked with incorrect rankings and tiers during the season change. Remember that everybody's not going to be dropping down as much now at the end of the season. And then they fixed the bug where you cannot move avatars in teammates of Team Deathmatch. So that's where if you were in custom rooms and you wanted to move around, you know, what team you were on, sometimes it would just get stuck and freeze up, and you weren't able to do that. So good to see that that has also been updated. Oh my gosh, there are more improvements. We have items added to the BP shop for Prime subscribers, including Season 8 passes, mission cards, and more. So right, we have a new Royal Pass season. Definitely be making a video on that when it drops. And it's going to be ocean themed, as many of you guys know by now. And the items have been added to the BP shop for Prime subscribers. So let me know in the comments, how many of you guys are actually subscribed to Prime or Prime Plus? I feel like a lot of people did it initially, and then when the price was low, and then when they had to renew and the price went up, I feel like a lot of people canceled. But I don't know, so we'll see. Let me know if you guys think it's worth it or not. We also have a UC purchase bonus screen has been tuned. Rewards have also been updated. Cool. So we'll take a look at that, but we probably won't purchase any UC because we already have quite a bit. Title visual effects have been improved. Okay. Mythic outfits now shown with weapons drawn. I remember reading this for the beta patch notes. They've unified the crate names and fine-tuned the visual effects of the navigation bar on the right side. Okay, probably just looks a little better. Just, you know, basic UI changes. Bonus challenges are now calculated in real time. And we're going to have some new regions opening soon, including the Middle East, Southeast Asia, Europe, and the United States. And then we have some season changes. So season upgrade system has been upgraded. Basically, They've made it fancier. Classic mode result screen has been adjusted. Now you can see easier if you went up or down in your tier, as well as your ranking within the tier. So it's just a little bigger. Some people prefer the change, some people actually don't. That's the feedback I've been getting so far, so we'll have to see if they keep that or roll it back. They've also updated the Season 8 rewards and the Season 8 outfit. So now all you have to do is get to gold tier to get the full outfit for the season, and then you can get diamond tier weapon finishes, and then beyond that, I believe it was like a, let's see, yeah, it was crown tier or above to get special team joining effect tag name or name tags, and then ace or above to get the permanent season title, which is what a lot of people are going to be going for. So and then, you know, conqueror will be the little portrait. But rewards will be now automatically sent to players at the end of the season, so you don't have to remember to collect them, which is good. At the beginning of each season, you'll learn more detailed changes from the previous season. Cool. They've increased the value of kills, therefore decreasing the value of surviving. So they're playing a little more. I know a lot of people play super passive, and they're trying to get people to just engage in some of those, you know, not early game fights even, but just like mid game fights. That way you don't have people just sneaking into the final circle with 0 kills. So that's where kills are now going to have a bigger impact. Tier transfer rules have been revised. This is what I was saying before. So if you're gold tier or below, you don't lose any ranking. People above gold tier will drop down. Hopefully it's not as much as before, though, although we'll have to see when the season changes. They've also polished tier messages. Rating request information servers will be shown in one message. So basically, you know, just nice little user interface improvements. I'm impressed that they were able to do all this in like 180 megabytes and not requiring us to download and not having to do the whole App Store approval process where iOS gets the update days later than Android and all that stuff. So tier protection reminder has been adjusted. Division promotions within a tier will not be shown in the lobby. You get a fancier reminder. Like I said, fancy is the name of the game. Icon visuals have been improved, going along with the fanciness. My goodness, how long does this go? Royal Pass this summer. Brave warriors are out at sea. Here we go. So if you're wondering what the Royal Pass is about, the warriors are out at sea broadening their horizon. Perhaps they are going to Spawn Island and a beautiful underwater world. Discover long lost treasures in the ocean. I feel like I should be narrating this more in like a movie voice or whatever, but we have new friend request feature on the pass purchase page. Players can ask their friends for Elite Pass or Elite Pass Plus. So now you can hit up your friends who you know have money and let them pay for your Elite Pass or Elite Pass Plus. You can also, because they're celebrating the first anniversary of the Royal Pass, gosh, that's been a year. That came out when Miramar was the new map of the day. But bringing back some items from Season 2 and Season 3, and you can get those in the rank rewards and redemption crates. It's now or never until they come back some other time. Display effects and rewards screen, mission screen, easy mission license screen. And so that's, again, just the way things are going to be laid out on screen. So you can team up in Royal Pass Season 8 for the Summer Carnival. Treasures in the ocean await you. Interesting. We'll have to see if that's going to be similar to the, what the heck was it called? Gosh, I'm blanking on the name, but the Point of Interest. There we go. That was cool. So we'll have to see what that's all about. Treasures in the ocean. We will have to find that booty. We've also got the PUBG Mobile Club Open Global Finals, like I said, in Berlin the end of July. Going to be fun to see who comes home with the chicken for that. We also have another Bape collaboration with in-game Bape products and retail merchandise, continuing working with the clothing company. Then we have Alan Walker. It's going to be releasing a new single, and Mystery Set launched. It should be a good song, I'd imagine, although, like I said, if you put it in a video, you will get copy striked, and then, or at least demonetized. And then to celebrate first anniversary of the Royal Pass, we're launching some Season 2 and 3 events again, which you can get there. And oh my goodness, we finished it at 14 minutes and 30 seconds. Boom, done. All right, let's log in though and take a look if HDR settings are available on the Note 9, because I know some phones actually, let me know in the comments if this applies to you, but some phones evidently have worse settings now after the update than before, so that is rather disappointing. So we will have to see. Yeah, classic crates, time limited. You can see the Royal Pass season will begin soon, so we can't view that yet, so we'll have to do that video when it comes out. But let's go to the settings, and I don't see anything new under graphics. You know, I don't see that little yellow or red rather circle letting us know that there's something new. So smooth extreme still works, so that's going to be our 60 FPS. We go up to balance, we drop down to ultra just like before. HD ultra, HDR ultra, and ultra HD will be coming at some point in the future. Maybe not. But for us on the Note 9 at least, it looks to be the same as always. So let me just jump into my iPhone real quick. We'll take a look at that, because if any phone has a chance to run this at HDR Extreme or whatever, it should be this, because it's a XS Max, so it's still the new kid on the block. But who knows? We'll take a look off camera. We've got the 176 megabyte update for me. It's downloading very fast again, so that's nice to see. Under controls, what else is new? Well, we have the new, you guys know that the TPP and FPP, so third person, first person controls, are now separate. So if you want to customize your controls, say you don't use peek as much in third person, you can move that around, or however you want to do it, or auto run maybe. So let's go ahead and figure out what else is going on, because the update has finished on the iPhone, so I'm going to go ahead and restart that just while we're waiting. Unfortunately, I don't have the cable to connect it to the Elgato for the video, but I'm just going to let you guys know, because I'm sure a number of you are curious on the latest iPhones. Here we go. We just got kicked out. So that's alright. Like I said, all I want to find out at this point is whether or not new settings are available for HDR. And here we go. I'm going into graphics right now. Now you can actually, so this is the iPhone XS or the XS Max. You can go smooth, balanced, HD, and HDR at extreme. Okay. So you can play 60 FPS all the way up to HDR on the latest iPhones. I don't know how useful that is to anybody. Let me know in the comments if your device supports 60 FPS at anything above smooth. On the Note 9, I am rather disappointed that that it only supports what it was before, like 40 FPS at up to HDR. But for some devices, holy crud, we're at 17 minutes. At some devices, they have added 60 FPS support, like on the new iPhones. So there you have it. My name's Derek G. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already for tons more PUBG mobile content. Lots coming up. We have, of course, the look at the PP19 Bison, the new SMG introduced with this update. We're going to be taking a look at the recoil pattern with and without muzzle attachments. We'll be looking a little more in depth here at hits to kill with different levels of armor, as well as how it works in an actual game. So definitely join me for that, and I hope to see you in a future video soon.